Paige Demakos for Arizona Sports, and I'm here with somebody you're all very familiar with. That's Captain Coyote, Shane Doan. Shane, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here with us. So we want to honor Shane. We want to talk about the last 20 plus years that he's been in the Valley as a mainstay for Arizona. So 21 years with the same franchise, okay? Been in Arizona since 1996. What has kept you here in Arizona all this time?
Well, you know what? It really became home early on. I had a young family, and my kids kind of fit right in right away. And after that, then we've stayed, and it's kind of got the Western theme, which I really enjoy. And I really enjoyed the horse side of it, and the weather. You can't beat it. Came home.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than Canada.
It is. It's considerably different than where I grew up, and there's some things that I really enjoy about it.
What are some of the things that make you tied to this organization in specific?
Well, I think the fact that they never got rid of me. I mean, they had it's amazing. People are like, "Oh, you showed such loyalty." I'm like, "Well, a lot of guys would show loyalty if the team didn't trade them away."
Yeah.
So I can't take any credit for that. But them showing the loyalty to me was something that meant a lot to me. And then I think the stability in the room with the trainers and the people that I got to be friends with and the support staff, those people they're good friends of mine. And I enjoy being able to come to work and see them, and that's something that's special.
All right, speaking of loyalty, if you were in a sports dictionary,
Yeah.
you might be next to the word loyalty, okay? What does that mean to you that everyone looks at you and says, I mean, almost to a fault, they say you're loyal and you've been here forever. What does that mean?
Well, it's something I take as a compliment, but I get credit for stuff in regards to like them not trading me. I mean, they didn't, so I don't want to take too much credit for that. I mean, there's probably 2 or 3 times when I could have left, but there was probably hundreds of times where they could have got rid of me. So it's something that I'm very flattered about, because I do value that as something that's important, but at the same time, I understand that it's because of them as much as it is because of me, or a lot more probably because of them than me.
I think your goal scoring might have had a little something to do with it as well. How has your role changed here? I mean, now you just turned 40 years old. It's much different for you now that you have young guys that are in their late teens, early 20s. What's the role now versus the role back then?
I think back then you're probably a little bit more focused on yourself, and the fact that you're trying to find your own way through the league and trying to figure out what works and things that help you. And now that you've kind of been through the league a few times, that you found things that helped and that have helped you, and you want to be able to express that to your teammates. But at the same time, people told me, they gave me lots of advice and lots of tips and stuff, but you really have to experience it yourself, and hopefully you'll take the tip and the experience and learn quickly, because there's lots to learn, but you really do have to experience it yourself.
What's the best piece of advice you've been given so far in your career?
To take care of the game. If you're talking like advice for hockey-wise, I was told one time by a coach that if you take care of hockey, it'll take care of you. And that in regards to sometimes the lifestyle of being a professional athlete seems to get in the way of being a professional athlete.
Yeah.
And it was something that I didn't really think about, and yet now I appreciate a lot more, but I am an old guy now, so I appreciate a lot more of everything.
Is that, if you were giving advice, is that your best piece of advice that you would share on?
Yeah, like your dream of playing in the NHL was to play in the NHL because you loved hockey and you loved to play the sport and you loved to score goals and do all of that. And sometimes it can get clouded by everything that can happen around the game. And you need to make sure that you stay focused, and it'll take care of you. If you take care of everything else, you take care of the game, it'll take care of everything else for you. It's an easy one, I guess.
A good blueprint for a recipe for success for a long time in the NHL.
Yeah.
What has changed in the league in the last 20 years? What's the biggest change? Because I mean, just finesse, the fact that there used to be a lot more fighting in the game. What are some of the things that you've watched that you're like, wow, I didn't think that would happen in the league?
The physicality is now, with regards to you could never go to the middle. If you cut to the middle with the puck, you're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit hard. Now you have the freedom to go to the middle and try to make plays. And if you went to the middle and got hit, it was your fault. And now if you go to the middle and get hit, that guy is going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's hands down the biggest change. I think in my first 15 years, there might have been, 3 or 4 suspensions of over 2 or 3 games. And now it seems like there's more suspensions last year than there probably was in my first 15 years in the league.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
You understand. They're
trying to make the game safer.
They're trying to make the game safer, but I don't know. I mean, we all understood that when you play this game, it's not safe. I mean, if you want to be safe, don't play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet at the same time, there's an element that you don't want to be, reckless. You just
yeah, absolutely.
But I think there's part of that.